And that is the danger, I think, for the Democrats. We've talked about it before, that they're going to lose that constituency of working class people. And maybe they've already lost them for the most part. Because
they have.
There's no agenda.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers.
Yeah.
I think I was looking at somewhere, but I'm not positive. But, majority of the white men voted against Democrats. Even though these people needed those progressive policies to save their lives. If you work in a coal mine, after 30 years of work, you can't even breathe.
Black lungs.
So you are going to need health care. The company is not going to pay for it because that company is going to say you're useless now.
That's right. And who was pushing for that agenda in the Biden campaign? Nobody was. Nope. No, they're going to restore the soul, or whatever he said, to the country. Not going to get you health care. Not going to fix the environment.
He didn't even fight for $15 minimum wage, even though it was on his agenda.
Even though it's super popular. A lot of these policies are extremely popular on both sides. Medicare for all, like 72%, they want it. They just can't read the writing on the wall, or they're ignoring it willfully.
Well, I think it's because they're in a bubble. The people that are around them, they're not explaining that these are winning policies. I'm sure Joe Biden has not lived his life in the last, I would say for last 12 years, for sure, that he was in a bubble, because since he was a vice president, he was not walking around grocery stores or going to his Amtrak station.
Yeah, I think he's probably right.
Yeah, to talk to people.
I think even as a senator, though, he's still...
Well, he did say that he traveled on Amtrak, but I don't know how true it was, but that was the rumor anyway.
Just they're so detached from what regular people need.
Yeah.
And they think, this slim victory he's going to get over Trump, that's going to be justification for pursuing moderate policies. Nothing bold.
They are going to take this and say, hey, look, we ran on this and we won. Well, actually, you did not win. You actually lost.
You lost.
The
Senate?
Yeah, you didn't take care of the Senate. You lost seats in the House when you should have gained. If this was the winning message, we should be winning by a lot. But it took almost 77 million votes for him to win.
That's right. Should have been the case.
I mean, every single person that could vote voted in this one.
For the most part, And then what you gained in suburban white voters, you lost with Latinos and African Americans, and you're just not speaking to what they need.
Just look at Florida. Florida passed $15 minimum wage
by a lot.
Like it was 60%, by 60%. But the same people voted for Trump.
That's right.
So they didn't put that together, saying, if 60% saying we should have $15 minimum wage, they should have also noticed that this is Democratic policy. Mm-hmm. This is a progressive policy. No, but the same people at the same time voted for Trump. The state went to Trump.
That's right.
And all Joe Biden had to do was go over there and campaign. Hey, he didn't even have to say anything else. He should have just said $15 minimum wage should be the law.
And that's part of that is knowing what's on the ballot in these states. The states you're visiting, you should know exactly what they're voting for, and look at the demographics, look at the polling data. Is it a popular idea? And this happens to be an idea that progressives push. This is not, you don't have to adopt something that's not, say, Democratic idea, but it's on this side. It doesn't take very much to do that. And then you could have had, Bernie go there and talk about it, or AOC, anybody, any one of those progressives to go out there and talk about it, push for it. They could have been your surrogates. Instead, you get sidelined. And they bring out John Kasich. Perfect.
What did he say on CNN that Joe Biden should ask Republicans now
Oh,
how
I'm
to
sure
run the
they're- I'm
government.
sure they're all saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
they
said
do
he should go and talk to the Republicans what to do.
They do a bang
Really?
job, huh?
Yeah, really? I mean, this is what we're going to do now is talk to Republicans? No, I don't think so. I think we're going to run it the way we want to.
Certainly, you and I are. For Joe Biden is.
I mean, this is the way we want it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we want. We're going to tell them, hey, this is what we want. You like it or not, you can get on board or
Or get out of the way.
you get out of the way. And this is what we're going to do. Elections have consequences, to quote Barack Obama.
Hey, and progressives won their races easily. So
All the progressive won. Not only they won, but they increased their number.
that's right. And speaking of, Rashida Tlaib was pushing back on the narrative that we need to kind of like extract the progressives from the Democratic Party because they're gonna damage our brand, and she's ready to fight. She's out there saying, "Hey, like I don't want this, but if you want it, the gloves are coming off," and they will. These guys, you know how they are. They don't hold back.
Well, this is what Abigail Spanberger wanted to do.
That's right.
She wanted to marginalize all the progressives, say, we don't want to talk about socialism. We don't want to talk about defunding the police. Nobody's talking about defunding the police.
No.
Nobody is saying that. Not even the most progressive person is saying we need to defund the police. What we're saying is we don't need to militarize the police. We don't need to have all the money from the city budget going to the police.
That's right. Armored personnel carriers.
Yeah.
We don't need these things, right?
We don't need it. I mean, the policeman should look like a policeman that goes to an office type of stuff, not a soldier that looks like an occupying army.
Exactly.
I mean, he doesn't need to be strapped with weapons all over the place. Looks like a robot when he's standing outside. I mean, we don't need that. I mean, we need, just to be fair, I mean, these people are not trained to do most of the things they're called to do.
Yeah. Yeah, like mental health issues.
Yeah.
That's why you have so many shootings when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to a welfare check, the person should not end up being dead.
Yeah.
I mean, the person should be either transported to a hospital or whatever the care that person needs. Maybe the person is just having, is dehydrated or something. Yeah. I'm not sure, but
It's
whatever it is,
right?
it should not be. I mean, the person should not die.
Exactly. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah. I mean,
That's a non-controversial statement. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, this is the narrative again being pushed as well, and it's just a way to, I guess, to prevent any further conversation. So maybe the word socialism is scary, but the policies are not. Right? We know from polling for years now that the policies that they're pushing, progressives they're not unpopular. They're very popular. So what they do is they fit under the umbrella term of socialism and just to scare people away and hold on to their power.
Well, because most people don't understand what socialism is.
No,
I mean, what the kind of socialism we're talking about. We're not talking about taking over the means of production.
No.
We're talking about,
Having
just taking care of the payment system of a healthcare system.
yeah.
Not even taking over the doctors, the hospital, or any of that. Just the payment processing. I mean, all we're going to be is a MasterCard for them.
Yeah.
Or let's say American Express,
American
Black Card.
And to explain that it's worked in many, many other countries. And
Yeah.
this is what's so infuriating is that this does work. I mean, there is a model for this in other countries. Look at Canada right above us. It does work. I mean, there are flaws in any system, obviously, can be improved upon. It works in Europe. But the idea that we just can't do it, we're incapable of having a Medicare for all system, it's just absurd.
I mean, we do it. It's just we do it for the military-industrial complex. We take care of the payment.
Yeah, that's right.
The government takes the money from everybody
Yeah,
and gives it to them.
it's one of those things. it's just false narrative. It's like with the mail-in ballots. It's like when they were talking about it as though it's impossible. It can't be done. Although we do it every election cycle. I mean, we have mail-in ballots all that. It's not abnormal. It's not like the system can't handle it or people can't handle it. There are protocols in place. But you need to have a good messenger. And you need to have a concerted message. You can't just have one or two people talking about it. I mean, if the entire DNC apparatus got behind this idea with the kind of power they have and influence and money, it'd be done yesterday, right? But they don't want it. They don't want it because they don't want to lose those donors, those health insurance companies.
They are, yeah. I mean, they're big time donors and also lobbyists.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the people they were considering for Joe Biden's chief of staff. There was one guy that was a big, was a drug industry lobbyist.
Well,
One of them?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, luckily he didn't pick him. I mean, he was rejected. The other guy was basically a budget hawk. He wants to cut budget. He wants to balance the budget
On the backs of, middle class.
Yeah, he want on the backs of cutting Social Security and Medicare. Those are the only two things that. And this is the Democratic guy. He's coming from.
But he wasn't chosen.
No, he wasn't chosen either.
They chose.
They chose Ron Klein, I guess.
Yeah, he's an Obama official, right?
Yeah, he was in a Obama administration, I believe, and also I think he was a part of Joe Biden's staff.
Wasn't he his chief of staff?
I think so. I think
He may have been
his
his chief of staff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So
I hear he's kind of a straight shooter.
he's supposed to be, to be able to work across party lines, and he's supposed to be smart.
Yeah, he was a clerk for a Supreme Court justice.
And also he
Harvard
did
Law
a
Review.
Harvard Law Review.
Like Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly smart. Look, there's a lot of smart people in Washington. They're not dumb people, unless you're Louis Gohmert. But besides that, a lot of very smart people who just make bad decisions. It's very bad decisions. And they do it for the wrong reasons. It's not as though they don't know. They're doing it intentionally because they don't want to shake up the status quo. And in doing so, people are left out. So, yeah.
I mean, that's... Well, we'll see, what kind of people he's going to pick. But,
yeah, time will tell.